Hi, I'm Debbie with Book and Bujo. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you've been here before. Today we are going through a little bit of a haul. So I bought some stuff on Prime Days and I succumbed to the hype of some books and filled up my Kindle. Let's see what I got. So let's start with the books that I just decided I couldn't resist. They were on sale and I just had to get them because I really want to read them. And here we go. There's quite a few. To start with, I got A Tempest of Tea, and that is by Hafsa Faisal. And this is actually on my August TBR, so I'm looking forward to reading it and seeing what I think. If you're a Kindle user and you also have it synced with Goodreads, I wonder if you've had this issue. I've looked it up and I think the only way to not have this issue is just to unsync Goodreads from your Kindle, which I am really thinking about doing because it's getting really annoying. So I brought up all of the books that I've recently bought in Q2 and I was bringing them up so I could pull up the covers so I could show you the book. And it is now marked as read, every single book that I just purchased and brought up on my Kindle, and I haven't read any of them. I haven't even gone past the table of contents page. Very annoying. So then I had to go into Goodreads and delete them all and then add them all back in as want to read. So I'm thinking, and this isn't the first time it's happened. This happens often. So I think I'm probably going to delete Goodreads from my Kindle because that's annoying. Unless you have a workaround. If you have a workaround and you've had this happen, you've fixed it, let me know. I am all ears on that one. The next book I got is Wool by Hugh Howey, and this one, it sounds like it's kind of a horror thriller type book, and this is on my want to read for the Our Fantasy Bingo for a book that's mainly underground or underwater. I've heard it's really good, so if you've read any of these books that I mentioned, let me know what you thought down in the comments if you like them or not. Do be aware of spoilers though, so if people haven't read them and they're reading through the comments, you don't want to give away any spoilers. Another one that I was super excited to get that I finally got my hands on is The Shadow of What Was Lost by James Islington. I've heard it pronounced many ways. Most often I think I've heard Islington, so I'm going with that. And this is the first book in the Lycanus trilogy, and again, heard so many good things. I jumped on the hype train and now I want to read it. And now that I'm sharing all of these with you, I'm probably going to have to go back into Goodreads and delete them all as read and add them back in. We'll see. The next two, I am super late to the hype train on these ones, but I finally jumped on. And that is A Time of Dread by John Gwynne, and this is the Of Blood and Bone saga, the first book in the series. I'm very excited. The next one is Empire Silence by Christopher Rocchio, the first book in the Sun Eater series, and I cannot wait to read this series. I have heard so many good things. Patrick Leo is always raving about this book series, so I'm excited to give it a try. I think a couple of these books I also got as the Prime Reading First Reads books, where you can get books that are just coming out for free to give them a read, and I think this next one was one of those, but I'm not positive. And that is Daughter of Fire, and this is by Sofia Robleta, and this is a cultural heritage fiction. The next one on the hype train that I got is a fan fiction, and I've heard quite a few people talk about it. Some liked it, some didn't. Some liked the beginning and they kind of soft DNF in the middle. It does sound like it has got a lot of trigger warnings, so I'm figured I would take it kind of slow and see what I think. And that is Manacled. This one doesn't have a cover page on here. It's actually a PDF, and I was able to transfer it onto my Kindle to read it. And this one is a Draco and Hermione Granger story that is based on the premise that if Harry Potter died and did not win and Voldemort is the one who won, what would happen? And so this one sounds very intriguing. and that is by Sen Lin Yu. The next one I got is by R.J. Barker, and that is The Gods of the Wyrdwood, and that is the first book in the Forsaken trilogy. This next one I think is also one of the Prime First Reads books that I got, and that is by J.C. Lee, and is the first book in the Realm of the Four Kingdoms, and it is Nine-Tailed. This one is a fairy tale fantasy. Looking at all these books again is making me want to read them all right now, but new TBR starts tomorrow, and at least one of these is on that TBR, so that's good. At least I get to read one of them pretty soon. Another one that I have heard a ton about, and everyone has loved it. I haven't heard anyone say anything negative about this book, and that is The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett, and this is the first book of the Shadow of Leviathan series. And again, Patrick Leo has really hyped this one up, and I am hoping it lives up to the hype. Now this next one has been hyped up big time by Daniel B. Green on his channel, and I've heard a lot of other people talking about it and loving it, so when it went on sale I had to get it, and that is Dungeon Crawler Carl. And this is by Matt Dinneman, and it says The Apocalypse to be Televised. So this is giving me Starship Trooper vibes, and I love that movie. I have not read the book, but I did love the movie, so I am looking forward to this one. The next one is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, and this is the first book in the series, and again, heard so many good things about this one. I can't wait to read it. The other book that I'm very late to the hype train on is The Will of the Many by James Islington. So I did get a couple of his books, and I am really looking forward to it. Everyone seems to love this book. It's been on the top books of the year so far, a lot of booktubers, so I'm really looking forward to reading it. And that is book 1 in the Hierarchy series. The next one I got I think is also one of the Prime First Reads, and that is Still the Sun by Charlie N. Holmberg, and it sounded kind of intriguing, so I want to give it a try. The next book I got, I can't believe I waited this long, and I also can't believe I found it on sale, and that is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Faeries, and this is by Heather Fawcett, and I am so looking forward to reading this one. It sounds very cozy and fun. The next one is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, and I can't believe I waited this long to start reading it, so look for this one on a future TBR. Next, I got The Adventures of Amina al-Sirafi by Shannon Chakraborty, and I do love me a pirate story here and there, so I am looking forward to reading this one. And I did enjoy the Daevabad series, and I've heard this one is a lot better. The next book is Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey, and this is the first book in the Expanse series, and I loved the TV series. I read some of the comics, which were super fun, and now I'm going to be starting in on the book series. I've heard it's good to watch the TV series first, just so you have more of a concept of what's going on and some visuals before you get into the book, and it makes it a little bit easier to understand, so I'm ahead of the game on that one. 3 more to go. Next up by Barbara Davis is The Echo of Old Books, and I like books about books because they're kind of fun, and libraries, bookshops, all of that, so I thought I would give this one a try. Next up is another John Gwynne book, and that is The Shadow of the Gods, the first book in the Blood Sworn saga. And last but not least, we have The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence. And this is the first book in the Library trilogy, and I've heard some really good things about this one, and I did just finish reading 2 of his series, The Book of the Ancestor and Book of the Ice, and so I'm excited to get into some of his other worlds. And now for a little Prime Day haul. Got some things for the house that we needed, like a push broom. We have a little patio area that's concrete that our dog likes to run around on, and it gets super dirty, and just our little sweep broom was not cutting it. So we got a big push broom, and so we can clean that off super quick now. I'm very excited for that. Kind of one of those mundane things that you just need around the house. I got a new toothbrush because mine was really old, and you know, the rubber silicone stuff on it starts getting really gross feeling and the button would start to move like this and on my electric toothbrush, and that's not great. So I got a new one of those too, so super exciting. I also got some socks, just some little ankle socks that are nice to wear during the summer. It's a little 5-pack, which is kind of nice. Mine all are getting holes in the bottom because they're a couple of years old and I wear them all the time. And then I also got myself a new purse, and this one is the E-Tidy nylon crossbody bag. So the strap is adjustable, and it's nice because it actually has a somewhat wide footprint here because my sunglasses case is pretty big, and then my phone case is kind of like a phone wallet, so it has a flap that covers over the top of the phone, and then it has a place for some cards and things like that in it, so it's kind of thick. And most of the purses that I used to use are so skinny that you can't fit both, or plus my wallet, if I bring my wallet, you can't fit all the 3 of those things in one of those purses. So I got a new purse, and this one's actually kind of nice. It's got a little pocket on the back. This is the black. It does come in quite a few different colors. My mom actually got one too, but she got one in the gray, which is a lighter gray. So this one has orange on the inside, which is kind of fun. And then it has a top compartment, which is nice too. It has just one big pocket, and then a big opening on the inside, and then on this side of it, it has a couple of smaller little pockets. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's got like 2 pen-sized pockets here in the middle, and then 2 larger ones that you can fit like a cell phone or something in. And it also has a spot where you can clip your keys on here, so it's easier to find your keys inside if you would like. I sometimes put little flashlights on that, so it's easy to find a flashlight. And then we have 2 pockets here on the front, and again you got the orange on the inside, and these are just basic pockets. I would probably end up using this front one for like keys and chapstick, maybe my phone, probably the phone in this one, and then just like wallet and sunglasses and that kind of stuff in the big one, and this one would just be for miscellaneous things. This will be nice. And I will leave everything linked down below in case you want to check it out. They are affiliate links, so it's no cost to you, but I get a little something if you purchase anything from any of those links. But as always, you do not need to use any of those links. You can see what the item is, and then you can do a search for it on your own, and you do not have to use any of those affiliate links. But if you do, I appreciate it, and thank you very much. I also got some more. I was on that washi tape kick with my journal say order, which I will link up in the cards above for you. And I got some more washi tape. So I got some green foliage, some leaves, and then kind of a purpley one. And I will take you over to my desk at the end of this and show you these more up close and personal and open them up and everything. And I am kind of hoping these are kiss cut for me already, because if not, they're really hard to get off the PET tape. I need some more practice, so this will help give me some more practice for getting those off the backing. And again, if you have any tips for me on how to get the backing off of the PET tape more easily or consistently, let me know. I'm all ears. Then I got some more journal supplies, and one of them is these silicone stamps of bookish delights. So we've got a book stack here, we got some open books, we've got a little quill that says book on it. And it's just super cute. I love it. And again, I will take you over to the desk in just a minute and show them to you. Okay, for my devotionals, I do use a lined journal for that, and mine is almost through. I will probably finish it up in August, by the end of August, maybe the end of September, depending on how much I decide to write that with each of my devotionals each day. But I do need another one soon, and they had the journal on sale. It's not the same color, but it is a darker green. I love these journals. This one is actually a lot thicker than the one I'm currently using, so this one will probably last me a year, year and a half. The paper is fountain pen friendly and is so smooth, and there's no scratchiness, and I love it. Now, I did get this from a different seller this time, so I'm hoping it's the same paper. I'm hoping. If not, it'll still work just fine. And this one is college ruled. It's numbered papers, and it's 320 pages. And it is the a 7.5 by 10, so it's just a bit smaller than the typical A4 size 8.5 by 11 paper. For Prime Day, what I typically do is I go through my save for later and like maybe one of my wish lists and see if anything is on sale. If it is, then I decide, is that something I need? Is it something I just want? Is it necessary? Do I need to get it? Most of the time the answer is no. But I am I'm always in the market for some new markers, because I did have all of my Staedtler dual tip markers that had a fine tip on one side and more of, it's not really a chisel tip, it's more of that like a hexagonal, octagonal tip on the other side. And I only have, I think I have 3 left out of like 75. I have used them up. They've all dried up, and I've used up all the ink. I've had those for like 10 years, so I've been using them for a long time. I have 3 left, and they are all dying as well. So I needed to get something new, and instead of going with the same thing, I got some more brush pens because they were on sale, and they had some great colors. And this one is the Ohuhu color markers, and so you do have more of like a brush tip on the top and then a fine tip on the bottom, and it comes in a great set of colors. You have some pastels, you have some nice, I love all the dark jewel tones over in this area, and it does have some more reds. I don't really use red a lot, but I don't really have a lot of red markers, so I thought it would be good to get some more. And the other thing I like is that there's not a lot of blue. There's a few blue here. Like, I don't use a lot of blue either, and I have a ton of blue markers. Like, everybody has like blue and peach, and those are probably some of my least favorite colors. So I do like the greens and the purples here. Now, the one thing that this set doesn't really have is that like that jewel tone burgundy color that I absolutely love. So similar to my shirt here, but also kind of the more pastel version of that, which I really like, those more vintage color vibes. And right towards the end of Prime Day, I took another look, and these were on sale. These are the Writech sign brush pens. So these are going to be similar to your Pentel sign brush pens or the Tombow Fudino suitcase, and it's going to have that more smaller tip on it, which I do love. I love a nice small fine brush pen tip. And these ones come in the vintage colors. So we have my kind of burgundy purples in here, and they have like those sage and olivey greens in here as well. I am so excited. This is probably my favorite purchase that I did for Prime Days. So here's a little bit more of a sneak peek, but I will swatch all of these for you as well. And I cannot wait to use, oh man, all of them are beautiful, but I love all of these ones right here, the purples and burgundies and those greens. So nice. So the Writech sign brush pens. And again, it's only the one side, it's not a dual tipped one, but it is that nice small tip on there. Beautiful. Let's head on over to my desk and let's do some swatches. I got this Arbuya clear stamp set in the book theme, and these come in a variety of different themes, but I went with the bookish theme because I love me some books. So let me go ahead and pull out some paper. I also have an acrylic stamp block and some ink that I got from Archer and Olive, and let's go ahead and open this up and get a little better look at these. So cute. So you have like a little bookshelf, a quill and a journal with some books. Here's a quill that says is writing books, which is cute, a little stack of books. These are just adorable. I love them. Let's go ahead and go with the shelf because that is just so cute. I love that. This on my acrylic stamp block. Oh, that is so cute. Oh, I love it. Let's try a couple others. I love the book stack, so let's go with that one. Let's try that again. I had the block kind of on that other page too. So that one was a me thing. Let's try this again. There we go. There we go. Much better. All right, let's do one more. Let's go ahead and do this one here. So it has the fun little quill on there. Might have been a little too much ink. Oh, so cute. I love these. These are amazing. You can also use these with markers. So if you have markers that you want to use and you don't have a stamp pad, you can do that as well. Might not be the best color choice, and a little light. We'll see. Super light, but the definition is definitely there. You can see everything in there. Let's do another one with a little bit darker color so it's easier to see. Give this one a try. Nice. A little smudgy, but that's because it's on the corner, the edge, and so it moved a little bit. Yes, love it. Do a couple more here. Might as well just finish it out. So you do want to make sure the ink is dry. I smudged this one with my hand a little bit, so you gotta make sure the ink's dry before you move on to the next one. These are all beautiful. We have the quill and the word. It's so cute. We have one more here. You can also do a combination of colors if you wanted to. And do the edges one color. You can get creative with it. Kind of fun. And you can also come back in here and color in with a marker too if you want to if you wanted to add a little color to it. It's kind of fun. And these are the Arbuya silicone stamps in a bookish theme. Super cute. Next up, I have the Ohuhu dual tip brush pens. They are the journal dual brush pens, and it comes in a 36 count of different colors. And I love that they give you a little swatch card, but they also give you a blank one so you can swatch them onto that card itself, because sometimes there's some slight variation depending on the printer ink that was used and the actual markers themselves. And it comes in a nice snap case, which keeps everything enclosed nicely but doesn't take up too much space. And again, there's 36 different markers. Let's do some swatches. And they do have numbers on them, which is nice. So this one is number 31. They're more in color order than any kind of number order. So we have a nice fine tip on one end and a nice brush pen on the other. That's a juicy one. So it looks like these only go into the case the one way because this side is tapered and smaller than this side. So when you try and put it in the case with the brush pen side down, it doesn't quite fit all the way. It doesn't fit all the way to the bottom. But if you put it with the fine liner side down, it goes all the way to the bottom. So when you pull it out, you always know you have the brush pen in your hand. Ooh, that one is a bit bubbly. Now I do live at a higher altitude, so sometimes that happens. I just cleaned it off on a little tissue and it came out fine. It's fine now. So don't freak out, just give it a wipe and it should be fine. It's a nice fluorescent-y color. I like this one. This is kind of a vintagey, kind of a vintage orange. And you also want to make sure both sides click when they're closed. So you want to make sure when you put them back away that they have that click. This is a great green. So that is the Ohuhu Journal dual brush pens in the 36 pack. And there are some great colors in here. I love this olivey green, and this is kind of a, I would call it a kind of a pastel burgundy. These are two of my favorite colors to journal with. Love them. I also like this brown. You have a nice variety of grays. There's some decent purples in here. The yellows show up really well. For the brush pen part, the colors all show up so well. Now, of course, for the fine liner, which happens, you know, it's, you can see it if your light is bright enough, but if it's in a more dim room, some of these yellows and this green here might be a little harder to see. This one's pretty pale also, but for the most part, they show up so well on the paper. And I am very happy with this purchase. All right, let's move on to the Writech Sign brush pens. All right, so this is the Writech Sign brush pen. It's a flexible brush. I would compare the tip of this to this one, the Fudonosuke one, which is a little bit softer, has a little bit more give to it than the hard tip. And these are in the vintage color, and it is water-based ink. And a 12 pack, and it's got some great colors. Innovative brush-like flexible nib, perfect for graphics, illustrations, scrapbooks, etc. So here are the different colors, and I'm excited to give these ones a swatch because these look stunning. And they are just single-sided. There's nothing on the other side, so it's just the tip here. Give a little comparison. Fairly similar style tip on there. They do not have color names, so you get to make up your own colors for them. These colors are so beautiful. I love them. Right up my alley. I love all of the vintage colors. So pretty. Especially like these burgundy and mauve colors and this green here, the two greens. Love them. And they do write a lot like the Fudonosuke, the soft brush tip. as well as the Pentel Sign brush pens have a similar feel to them. So these are definitely similar to both of these styles, and I love them. So glad I got those. And that was a last minute prime find that I had. And then lastly is the soft covered notebook, which is 100 GSM. It's ruled paper, and this is a B5 size, which is the 7.5 by 10. And it does say exquisite binding, no ink bleeding, and a decent gift. It comes in this nice rich green, kind of a foresty hunter green color. Place to put your name and other information. Oh yeah, this has such nice paper. Okay, so it does have an index in it, which I don't really use because this is more of almost a diary type style journal. So this is for my devotional, so I do one every morning, and so I don't really need an index. I could use it for each month, what page it started on and what devotional I did, but I don't know if I'll use that or not. I may actually just start my devos here, but we'll see. And I do love, I don't know if you can tell in here or not, but the lines are dotted. It's not a solid line, it's only a solid line at the top and the bottom, but the rest of the lines in between are dotted, which I believe is kind of the French style, which I do love. You got your date at the top here, and has a place for the month, the day, and the year, or the day, the month, the year, depending on where you're from. And then the page numbers down at the bottom here. And it is a true lay flat notebook. And then we also have 2 bookmarks. I do love the colors. So the green matches the cover, and then a nice complementary color to go with it. And it does say we have 316 pages? So yeah, 316 pages, and it does do the funky glue binding here that all notebooks do. But just so you know, it's like that. And then this is a cardstock quality back paper. And then it does have a pocket as well. And these notebooks all come with some type of annotation flag. So these ones actually have little sticky notes, which is kind of fun, or a sticky tab. So if you want to tab different sections in your notebook and use it for different things, you can do that. So it has 3 of each color, and then a white one that goes in between. So that's kind of cool. So you do get 12 total for each color, and then you get 4 just plain white ones, which is kind of, the white ones do not have the sticky on it, but you could use it as a little spot to take notes if you want. So this would work really well for me because I could separate my journal into quarters. And so the first quarter, the January, February, March would be the green, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and there's 3 in each, and there's 3 months per quarter, which is pretty fun. So I could use it for that, but I love this paper. It is so smooth and very fountain pen friendly. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend it. It also has the band that goes around, which is a nice dark green, the same color as the bookmark. I also got 2 different washi tapes, so let's go ahead and give these a try. They are the leaves, and it's Have a Good Day on there. And these are the PET tapes. So let's go ahead and see what some of these look like. All right, we'll start with the green. So this tape that's holding it down is really sticky, and I feel like it's pulling up some of the stickers along with it. Interesting. And these are so cute though. Yeah, so this sticker came from here, this spot there. Let's see if we can find the repeat. Here we go. So we go from here to here is the repeat of this leaves, which is pretty good, not too bad. And this is the one that's hiding under the masking tape. So let's go ahead and see if I can peel that one off. I don't think I'll be able to get it off this tape, but we can try. Wow. Yeah, that's not coming off. Alright, well that'll just be a lost sticker there. But, I mean, that's not too bad. It's a decent size roll. You get quite a bit on there. Okay. Wonder if we can get this one off without any problem. So it looks like these ones are actually kiss cut. You can kind of see the outline. It's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see the outline around them. So that's telling me these are probably kiss cut. I think both this sticker is also kind of a loss with this tape over the top of it. I don't want to try and deal with that right now. So there we go. So whatever's right next to this masking tape they use that is really strong. That is beautiful though. Has a nice little shine to it in the light. But the background disappears nicely into the page. Still curious about this one here. Yeah, that's pretty stuck. Well, that is good to know. I think I'm going to cut that part off and just put some regular washi tape to close that, because I don't want that to get anything else. I just have some old throwaway washi tape that I keep around for cases like this. We want to make sure you keep things closed. Not amazing. The tape did take off some of the paint, but gives you an idea of one of the other ones. So some of that sticky's still on there, but yeah, they are beautiful. And once you get past that initial tape, they turn out amazing and they come off so nicely. Okay, let's see what happens with this one. This one seems to be a little better. No, this one's doing it too. Same thing happened. Ooh, I love those colors. Beautiful. Okay, so that's the top half of this one here. Let's see if we can find the repeat. There it is, right here. So that one and that one are the same. So you get a very nice variety in there. And I like some of you get some more feathery type ones, you get smaller, thinner type ones, you get a little flower. Yeah, very nice. Okay, let's go ahead and give a couple of these a try. And again, I'm going to cut this one out so I don't have to deal with that tape. See if we can peel this one off here. Okay, this one wasn't near as bad as that green one. And I'm sure part of it is just because it's so warm here in Arizona and the tape probably just melted to the edge. We've had a pretty hot summer overall. Let's go ahead and pull the rest of this one off here and add it to its buddy. There we go. Yeah, these are so easy to get off. Right here. There we go. Yeah, the colors on these are stunning. I'm really drawn to this one. I'm not sure why. And those ones, I love those. So beautiful. Again, these are the Have a Good Day leaves. Go ahead and get some washi tape on here. There we go, we've got the purple and the green leaves.